I was barely scraping by as a freelance investigator when I got offered a gig that sounded almost too perfect. A publisher wanted real stories on haunted places around Japan. My job? To check if the local legends were legit or just passed around campfire tales. One case stood out immediately, a crumbling hotel ruin buried somewhere in the mountains of the Kanto region. Legend says that a young woman had been murdered there by her boyfriend and sealed into the wall. Since then, her spirit supposedly haunted the place, calling out to anyone who stepped inside. Sounded like textbook folklore, but it was a paycheck. To be honest, I genuinely wanted to investigate the place as I have a knack for the supernatural. I hit the archives first. Local newspapers, nothing. Police records, clean. Neighborhood interviews, just vague nods and ghost stories told with unnerving calm. It looked like pure myth. But the publisher wanted photos, especially atmospheric nighttime shots. So I agreed. I'd take the trip, but not alone. A fellow investigator, a woman I'd worked with before and trusted, joined me for the trip. We drove up, winding through narrow forest roads until we reached the ruin, close to midnight. It felt wrong the second I stepped out of the car. The place was unsettling. Mold clung to every corner, and the air reeked of damp decay. Still, I powered through the filming. We took pictures of the exterior and began sweeping the inside. Everything was decomposed. Wood sagging, wallpaper peeling like old skin. I remember glancing at my watch. It was past 2 a.m. We'd taken enough photos. It was time to leave. I called out to my partner. "Let's head out. It's getting late." Her voice came back, calm and steady.
待って。この部屋に来てくれる?
I walked toward the sound, turned a corner, and stopped. This room wasn't familiar. I could have sworn we hadn't seen it before. The air was thick, clogged with the smell of wet rot and something worse, like spoiled meat floating in stagnant water. She wasn't there. I kept scanning the room. That's when I saw it. A section of the wall, warped and darker than the rest. Rough texture, almost like the surface had bruised. That must be the spot, I thought. The place they said she was buried. I raised my camera. It suddenly died. Then my flashlight flickered and went out. Blackness. I called out, nervous. "The gear's dead. Let's wrap it up." Footsteps echoed behind me. Then her voice right behind my ear.
もう少しだけ。ね。いい?
There was something wrong with how she said it. Too slow, too sweet. I swallowed hard and said we could return in daylight, but her tone sharpened, firm now.
壁を壊してみようよ。あと少しだけ。ね。本当にここにいよう。
I tried to step back. That's when she grabbed my hand, and I swear, what gripped me wasn't human. A cold, soft, wet hand squeezed my fingers, stringy and squirming. Not human, not living. I yanked free, heart thudding. She leaned closer.
もう少しだけ。ね。 いいよね。
I bolted, crashing through mold-slick corridors, slamming into doorways, nearly breaking my ankle on a loose tile. I didn't stop. Moonlight led me to the exit. My partner was outside, calm, quiet. My devices stopped working. I couldn't see anything inside, so I came out, she said. My chest locked. If she'd been out here, then who was in there with me? We jumped in the car. As I started the engine, she screamed, pointing at the rearview mirror. I didn't look. I couldn't dare to, 'cause I knew who it was. I floored it, didn't stop until the forest gave way to city lights. Later at the office, we reviewed the photos. Every shot looked normal, every frame clean. And the strangest part, at first, the publisher was thrilled. Said the write-up was incredible. Cover story, he called it. Then he changed his mind and scraped the report. The photos and tape destroyed. And no, I didn't bother to find out why. I just couldn't bring myself to open the backups. I wiped them clean. I haven't returned to the hotel since, but lately I've started hearing knocks inside my apartment walls.